Hiya. For those of you that follow me on my channel will see that I do sort of various things, have different hobbies, and for the last couple of years I've been working on cars. Last one being the TR6, and then the previous one to that was a MGB Roadster. Before that I used to restore clocks, do a bit of woodwork and whatnot. Anyway, it's been a while since I've done anything. I've still got the TR6, it's sitting there. I'm waiting for the logbook to arrive so that I can advertise it, but DVLA have been taking ages with it, so it's still stuck there at my son's. But meanwhile he's been using it on the odd occasion, which is nice. So today's video is going to be sort of like one of those reveal videos. Basically what I've done is I've bought a parcel of watches off of a internet auction, not eBay auction, just a real auction. Anyway, the parcel's just arrived and I thought, wouldn't it be a good idea to open up the parcel on camera and show you guys what I've just bought. So here's the parcel, and it's a quite big and heavy parcel. All I know is it's a bunch of old watches. I've done this before and bought crap, and I've done this before and bought some really good watches within the parcel of crap. So this will be interesting. Find out what I've just wasted my money on or not. Lots of cardboard, bubble wrap. Ooh, watch cases. Quite a few watch cases. And I'm just going to put these all down. This is the delivery company. They've done a good job. They've wrapped everything up individually. And then I've got, this is a heavy box. I don't know if there's any more in here. I'll have to check for that. Check through that afterwards. So, this is what we got. So far, this is like Christmas. Now, just to sort of give you the figures, I won this lot for 50 quid. Then there was auction fees of about 15 quid, so that took it up to 65. And then I was charged 35 odd quid for delivery. So what I bought here today stands me in 100 quid. So let's see if my investment was a clever one or just another waste of money. Right, first one. I don't know what that is. Probably like a silly little quartz watch. It says PM on there. I've never heard of that make. Oh, Philip Mercier. Actually looks like it's brand new. Never been worn. The strap is it's got no dirt on it or whatever. It's still got the sticker on the back. Quartz movement, yeah, that's right. Okay, that's the first one. That's worth about a tenner. Second one, Pilgrim. Nice rubber strap on it. Again, unused, little quartz watch. Yeah, it's got to be worth a tenner. If I put that on eBay, surely. What I was looking at, and I'm hoping is in that box, is old mechanical watches. I'm not into these quartz things. They're just disposable watches as far as I'm concerned. And I've got a feeling all of these in these boxes here are going to be like the cheap little quartz things. Hey, look. a nice little pocket watch. It's a skeleton one as well. That's not too bad. Got to be honest, it feels cheap, but it's mechanical and it ticks. That's not terrible. Again, that's got to be worth 10 quid. So far I might have made 30 quid back out of my 100. Right, what's this? It's a pretty little thing. Limit, little lady's watch. Probably quartz. It's got a nice little gated chain as well. It's cute. There you go, like, here's this one's actually got a price on it of 8 quid. Well, you know you're going to get something good if it says £8. No, this feels so flimsy. This is rubbish. Yeah, it's probably only worth a fiver anyway. Actually, if anyone would buy it. This one's looking a bit better. It's in a tin. Unless it's an old spice tin or something like that. Umbro. Yeah, they're sports wear people, aren't they? This is a nice looking thing. I mean, it's cheap. Yeah, it's really cheap. It's just another quartz watch, but quite like the design. If this was made by Omega or one of the big brands, that design, people would love it, but Henley's, it's even got a dented back, so like this is crap as well. A couple of spare links. What's this say? Talisman. What's that? Well, I think that opens up for some reason. SOS Talisman, I've heard of that before. There's a bit of paper in there with a bit of information. Do you know what? I think this is one of these things that you have as a key ring, and if anything ever happens, I'll have a look at that piece of paper later. It's not of interest to me at this minute, but it's probably got like a load of details about you, maybe like your blood type and whatnot. I don't know. So in the case of an emergency, doctors can help you. Yeah, bits of crap. You know what, I know they're rubbish already when I'm picking up these bags in their cases, and by how light they are. Teku. Not exactly Omega. Teku. Never heard of them. Japanese movement. Still back. Quartz again. Not terrible. Sort of thing you could give to like 14-year-old kid and he's got his first watch or whatever. Mind you, kids today are fussy. But comes all in its case as well. Again, that's got to be worth another tenner. This thing, Montre Suis, looks interesting. What makes me laugh is that they make these cheap watches and then they go to all the fuss of, oh, look at that. RRP of 129.99, 130 quid. This is, let's see, quartz again. I just associate quartz with cheapness, and I know the big brands make quartz watches as well, but I just don't know. This is probably like the best out of the bunch so far. They even give you like a little international guarantee. Nice. Anyway, I think that's the shit side of what I bought. Now the main thing is this. To be fair, I mean, when they put these things on these auctions, you only get one picture of the parcel that you're buying, and you try to zoom in and sort of work out what's in there and if there's anything any good. And do you know what? I bought a load of crap, to be honest with you. This isn't, I don't know. No, it's crap. I was going to say, I thought this was a nice, it's a Russian watch. It's got sort of Russian writing on it, but nothing special. Quartz. It could look nice, couldn't it? I mean, some of these I could use them for spares, like for straps. Mother of pearl face. There's not going to be a single mechanical watch in this bunch. Quartz. Quartz. They're like their limit. They're kind of like brand new. What's this? Whatever it is, it's got a cracked screen anyway. Oh look, Lacoste. See, that would have been special once upon a time. Oh look, it's a Rolex. A lot of cheap crap. Yeah, just another cheapie. Leader. This is the sort of stuff you go and sell down the boot sale. Yeah, Accurist. You see now, that's half okay. Still only worth like 10 quid. But you know, like it's a brand that we're kind of familiar with. Loris. I can't even pronounce whatever that says on there. I'm scouring through trying to find at least one mechanical watch, and I thought I saw something in the bunch. It was more of these sort of LED type watches, but they are very clever when they advertise these things, the way they advertise them. Next, they put like a couple of strategically placed watches so that you think you can see something that's, oh, that looks like a parcel of rubbish, but that one watch might be worth the whole lot, when in fact when you get the parcel, like me, you're sort of zooming on to the one that you were hoping might be something decent. Boss with no glass on it, but in fact it's all just crap. Seconda, Yawashi, Curran, isn't that a good make? Nah, not judging by the quality of that watch. Now that would have been a beautiful watch if it was made by someone decent, but none of that moves, so obviously like this. Oh yeah, like even the buttons are just part of the moulded case, like a complete lie, that watch is. Ah, Seiko Automatic. This is a nice little thing. Seiko 5. Yeah, that's got to be worth 20 quid. Accurist. So it's chronograph on there as well. I'll check that one out as well. See, that one again feels a little bit heavier, so it's not terrible there. Oh yeah, see, I told you there's one in the parcel that sort of makes me my fortunes. See, I've got a genuine Rolex here, a real life Rolex. It's a bit sharp on the bracelet, nearly cut my finger on it, but nevertheless I'll get 15 grand for that. Nice. Quartz pocket watches. Back in the Victorian days, they used to prefer the quartz pocket watches because they kept better time than the old mechanical ones. All right, look, tortoise shell. That's funny. Like this one's actually got a, what do you call it, permanently attached to it. I might plug this. Oh, this is where you charge it up. Oh, I see. That's clever. I might charge that one up later, or bin it. Seconda. $19 and it's ticking. Ah, right. My second Rolex. It's a ladies. I don't know what these are called. Is it a date just or something? Yeah. Rolex date just. So there's like another 5 grand. So I'm up to about 20 grand on my 100 quid investment, aren't I? So there you have it. This little parcel cost me 100 quid. The truth is, if I'd have known what was in it, I wouldn't have given 20 quid for it, because it really is all rubbish. Trying to sell odd bits and pieces for a fiver here, a tenner there, I'm just going to end up getting my money back. And then the rest of them I'm going to end up breaking them up for spares, like for the watch cases or the crystal on the front, the watch glass, or even the odd good strap. Wouldn't have had this parcel at all if it had better photographs of it, but you take chances. And I'll show you the reason why I take chances. This little beauty was in a parcel that I bought for 30 quid. Again, a lot of old nasty quartz plasticky Chinese watches, but in amongst the parcel was this. This is called a Sakura, I'm not even sure, and if I'm not mistaken, from the very little I know about watches, it's part of the Breitling group, or Breitling have something to do with them, because I've seen watches called Sakura Breitling as well. Anyway, it's a jump hour watch, and sort of back in the 70s this would have sort of almost been a kind of high tech. Well, I've taken this thing completely apart. It wasn't running when I bought it, and I serviced it, and I re-chromed the case and made a watch strap for it as well, just because of what I do in my boredom. But a real beauty, and the only thing I can't get hold for it is the watch glass. It's got a couple of little marks on it. I can't get the right shape watch glass. I've ordered them, they've come up wrong, and I'm not going to try again, so I'll just live with it as is. But I've seen these advertised for as much as 550 quid, but on average around the £300 mark. So this was a good buy in comparison to this lot that I bought for 100 quid. For sort of £30 I've ended up getting something which I could make money on. I don't sell watches, to be honest with you. I say, like, I could get a tenner for this or a fiver for that. I just don't bother selling watches because I always worry about them not working once I've sold them to someone, and then it's all the hassle. But nevertheless, you know what, you get to have something as cool as that, which stands me in a parcel of £30. So at the end of the day, you can win. You can sometimes win. another watch which came in a different parcel, and I can't remember what I paid for the, again, said parcel of junk. It's this one. I'm going to guess about 50-60 quid. Anyway, this is Rado. Again, it was in a bad state when I got it, but I took it all apart and I serviced it. It means cleaning out the watch movement and then oiling all the correct points and whatnot. Again, I bought a new crystal for the front, made the watch strap, and again, this one runs really nicely. Now, I put this on a time grapher and I've got this down to sort of within 3 seconds a day. That's how good it is. So I'm very pleased with that, and in fact this one I've got it down to about 5 seconds a day. So again, sort of managed to do a good service for someone who's not really a watchmaker, if you like, just a hobbyist. But yeah, you can buy good stuff from these auctions, but in this case I bought bad, and it looks like me nephews and nieces, grandchildren and loose relatives have all got Christmas presents here, and I'll start wrapping them from now. I've spent the last hour with a cup of tea organising this lovely pile of watches that I've bought, and they make a bit more sense now. I can see exactly what I've got and where it stands, and I'm going to get rid of all of this apart from a small section which I've just put over there, and I'll show you those in a moment. But to give you a better look at what I've got, I've just given them a rough count, and there's a total of about 80 watches here, give or take 1 or 2, and I've just put them into some sort of an order. Like you can see, I've got all the rose goldish looking ones there, and the fake watches there, you know, the Rolex, that's some sort of I think it's meant to be a Breitling, although it hasn't got the Breitling, but it looks like the Breitling Bentley, that one. Fake Rolex there as well, and whatnot. Anyway, so I've put them into some sort of an order, and what I'm going to do is put them into batches and sell them on eBay for, I don't know, 10 watches for a tenner or something like that. I should get some money back for that. When you take a closer look, some of them look really nice. Some of them are like genuinely good looking watches, but they are just cheap copies. Not copies, rather just cheap quartz rotten watches, which will tell you the time, and probably tell you the time very accurately as well. These ones, these fakes always get a lot of interest. People don't mind wearing fakes nowadays. Why spend sort of 15 grand on a watch when you can get a cheap version? Then they've got a load of these, I don't know what you call these things, but yeah, like Apple Watch lookalike thingies. There's a bunch of those. God knows if they work. You try a battery in them and see how they go, or I'm not even sure whether you put a battery in them or just charge them up. Probably charge them up, but nevertheless they'll go into its own little batch and go for sale. And then I've got a whole bunch of ladies watches here, including this one, which I thought, oh, that one looks like quite a nice one, but when I checked it on eBay, they're selling for about 15-20 quid the most, and that's new. So yes, it's worth 2 quid really. But those. Now, on this side, I've got the ones which I'm going to keep. Now, to begin with, these 2 G-Shocks. This one is definitely working at the moment. That one I'm not sure about, but the reason I'm keeping these is because they're worth a bit more than those horrible quartz ones, and I can probably sell these individually and get a bit more money. But this is where it gets good. Alright, let's go straight to this one. This is my winner. This is called a Nite, N-I-T-E MX10. I've checked on eBay, and there's someone selling one of these at the moment for £200, and it's got 28 watches on it. So it's got to be an easy £100 for that one, hasn't it? The other one which I just really like is this one. It's a Vostok. It's a Russian watch, and it's a mechanical movement too. I've just taken it apart, looked at the back of it, thought, oh yeah, I quite fancy having a go at this one. And I've seen these ones advertised for about £80 on eBay, and then sort of me being me, I think, like, you know what, if I got £40 for it, I'd be happy. We've got this one here, which is just a Sakura diver's watch. It's quartz mechanism, but for some reason I just sort of fancied having a go at this one. Getting it all back working and sort of stripping the case and giving it a new coat of nickel and making it look like new. Of course, there's this Seiko 5 which I showed you earlier. They're quite popular, these watches. There seems to be a following for Seikos at the moment. Again, another Sakura is this one. Only a quartz, but quite liked it because I quite like the yellow dial. And this, which isn't nothing special, it's an Accurist, but it's got a bit of weight behind it. Again, that's what made me decide I want to keep it. Also like a little Sakura, just a gentleman's watch really. Again, nothing special, but I might fix this one up and give it to my father-in-law because it's very easy to read the time on something like that. And what's this one? Another Sakura, which again decided to keep for no apparent reason. So yeah, this is the pile of watches which I'm going to keep. This is the pile of watches which I'm going to sell. So now that I've had time to properly inspect this little parcel of watches, it's not the worst thing in the world at the end of the day. I'm not as disappointed as I was when I first started opening up the parcel. There's a little bit of money to be made on this. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video and hope to see you again soon.